Here we're going to continue and finalize the configuration of our Connect CERM integration. So I'm on the configuration screen at this point, access the same as we have in previous tutorials. We're going to start off with the checkout section. So this section primarily involves the passing of additional information between Infigo and CERM when an order is placed. Delivery comment, order comments, and order reference can be passed between the two systems. So configuring these within Infigo requires the creation of 3 checkout attributes. The names of these checkout attributes must then be placed within these checkout fields. So you can see here we've got attribute name, and attribute name. Now we're not going to specifically cover checkout attributes here, that's for a different tutorial, but just as a brief overview, we can go to the checkout attribute screen. And all we need to do is create the relevant checkout attributes. We do some additional configuration as necessary. Save that. And then all we need to do is take the name of that checkout attribute that we've created and place that into the relevant box here. Now that will appear on the checkout pages as your customer is going through the checkout process of their order. And if populated into here, that information will be passed into CERM. Now coming down a little bit further, we have the inclusion of expected date. So this allows the inclusion of the calculated due date. This metric is a combination of your production and delivery or shipping restrictions and is normally otherwise seen in shared print operations. So what this checkbox does is specifies whether this information is also sent over to CERM. And then we have exclude payment methods system names. So this excludes particular payment methods from the list of available payment methods during the checkout process. So these payment method names are obtained from within Infigo itself. So if I search for payment, and I'll go for payment methods, you can see here the system name and all of the associated payment methods that we have available. So if you want to make any of those excluded, not available, you just need to copy the system name column entry. So for example, payments.purchase order, and then paste that into here. If you want multiple entries, they're just comma separated. Now scrolling down a bit further, we have the mapping section. So we're going to start off by clicking on Add New Item. So this allows a mapping to be created between CERM Payment Manner ID options and Infigo Payment Method System Name options. So this mapping ensures that the system knows how the two sets of payment methods relate to one another. By mapping all of the available payment methods, we can ensure that Infigo departments are set up with CERM customers with the correct payment options available. So what we need to do to begin with is this key section here. So this is the CERM Payment Manner ID. So for example, this is, I think it's a number. So let's say 101, for example. We would look this up from our CERM system itself. Payment Manner ID. And then we need to type in the corresponding payment method system name. And this goes into the value field. Now again, this is the same place as we just saw. So we go to our payment method screen, take the relevant system name, and then paste it into the value section. Click on save, and that now creates a mapping between those two, so we know exactly how one relates to the other in both systems. And you can add multiple mappings, so you can put as many mappings here as you like. Coming down a bit further to the product section. So we're going to start off with inputting the product attribute names for the CERM product ID and product description values. So the Infigo product attributes are added to Infigo products to allow for detailed specification. So basic examples of this are things such as size and color, and there's lots of other tutorial content around product attributes. CERM contains two fields which are named product ID and product description. And as a reminder, a CERM product is the equivalent of an Infigo job. So the CERM product ID and product description can be transferred during the ordering process by creating two Infigo product attributes. The names of those Infigo attributes are then to be input into these two fields here. So for example, if I go ahead and look for product attributes, two product attributes have been created automatically as part of the setup process. If they haven't for whatever reason, you can create them manually quite easily. And it's just a case of taking those attribute names. Now the attributes would be assigned to products that you want them to be on. However, these are the names you would use. And I just want to put those bits of information, the attribute names, into the Connect CERM configuration screen. So next we want to link those master products. Now we created these or checked for their creation in an earlier tutorial. And what we did here was ensuring that we had two template products created with the prefix _master. So let's take a look if I still have the relevant page open. I don't think I do. So let's go to product management. And then just as a reminder, we have two template master _ products available. Now, we created these to assist in the reordering of CERM products or CERM estimates should no related Infigo page be available. These two settings in the product section of the Connect CERM configuration screen define which of your products you wish to assign to those two important positions. So we have the stock master product, and then we want to select from the list. Now, in this case, we only have one stock product with the prefix master _, so it's an easy selection. And then the relevant multi-part product as well. Now, next down, we have a Show Live Info section. Now, we start off with a checkbox and then there is some associated settings underneath. So the checkbox enables functionality allowing live information from CERM to be displayed on the Infigo product page. So additional configuration is required to fully utilize these capabilities. The CERM administrator will need to create a packing info URL endpoint, which would then be placed into here, and that fetches the packing information from the CERM system. This URL endpoint is then copied into this particular field. Administrators can also define the format of the packing information using the packing info pattern field. So this is a combination of static text, so we've got a couple of examples of that here, and a selection of placeholders, like what we can see here. And that will display dynamic information. The format of those patterns is up to you, but it could be written, for example, as we can see here. So we've got roll width, which is a static string of text, then the placeholder roll width, which will extract the information from CERM, and then the relevant unit, which will also bring that information from CERM. Now, the placeholders which need to be made available to Infigo are listed below. So the final option we have within the product section of the configuration screen is to download the CERM calculation or estimate data from within Infigo itself. So this is a useful validation tool, as the resulting downloaded file shows the response that Infigo gets from CERM via the Connect CERM integration. Now, the final set of options we have here are the UI options. So this allows the administrator to control the additional tabs that are displayed to end users in the My Accounts section. So these tabs allow users to quickly reorder CERM estimates and CERM products without navigating through the main body of the Infigo storefront. So these features are discussed in much more detail in other tutorials. Just note at this point that we have 3 options available. We have an estimates page, a products page, and an orders page. And these can be disabled if you don't want to allow your end users to access those pages.